Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. How's everyone today? Just make sure my phone is switched off because it's been on all day. I've only just literally got home about 15-20 minutes ago, so I'm sweating like mad, rushing around getting changed. Obviously, if you didn't know, I've been at my oldest lad Ralph's graduation today at Liverpool John Moores University. So it was a great day. Really, really proud, and yeah, it was a really good service. Even though obviously he's called Turner, so he was right towards the end of part one, and then there was the whole part two as well. So it went on for about 2.5 hours. Yes, but it was nice also because my favourite restaurant, which is Mowgli, Nisha Katona, got an honorary degree today for the work to the food industry and business in particular. So it was really nice to see her there as well. I follow her quite a lot, and we sort of chit chat and share emails and things, share tweets on Twitter. So it was really, we got the thing and it was like, oh my god, Nisha Katona's here. So yeah, that was good. So it's been a great day. We went out for lunch and in Liverpool, and yeah, so quite a few drinks later, finally I'm home. So let me just catch up. It's been a bit of a, I've just literally spent 5 minutes whizzing through to see what I could see out there. I was actually umming and ahhing of whether to do one. I was just going to continue celebrating with family that are around and things like that. So, but I thought, no, I can't let you down. So, Jordan Jolly, yo, how are you? Joseph Peter, good evening, guys. Steve Black, evening, Andy, evening, Blues. So I put some topics up there that I'm going to quickly talk about. Manny Matt Hale, big news update. What have we got? Has Julie sold out of alien hats? How did you guess? I knew somebody would already have this news ahead of me. Somebody claimed the bed. Somebody was actually trying to claim the bed. Controversy over the barbecues, no vegan policy. Yeah, it was actually the guest list. I was going through the guest list for the Man City Fan TV barbecue at mine, and I just thought, I'm cancelling it. Come on, Andy. Hi, Joseph, says Steve Black. Hi, Andy. Hi, football fan chat, section 20. Evening, Andy and City fans. Thanks, City. Hi, all. How are you? When's the green screen with OBS coming? Will you use OBS? All in good time. No idea about the starting lineup. Well, have a guess, Joseph. Abdullah, so what's the big news? Big news, as in there's lots of news, loads of things to talk about, and something, like I said, I've already put the comments up there, what we're going to chat about. Congrats on the graduation. Thank you, football fan chat. Yeah. Kevin Mole, hi Andy, hello, Si, Manny Matt Hale. Had a trim, looking smart. Glad you had a good day. Haven't had a trim. I'll be honest with you. We've been up since sort of 5:30 this morning, so I haven't had a trim, I promise you. Maybe it's just sweaty and it's just all gone down. Hi Andy, says Alex J. Airy. Midnight Crisis, what big news? Big news update, as in big news update. As in there's lots of news, lots of things to talk about. But there might be one thing that we'll look at that could be big news and possibly might create a bit of a problem for one of our players that we're trying to keep. So Songo Mabilwana, good evening, how are you? The Prince Hot Jordan 11 in Andy. Well, fan chat, what's the big news? Big news update. There's a big news update, as in there's lots of news. Big. Still in the biscuit cupboard, I see. Yeah, I've thought I'd jump up here because we've got family round downstairs, so this is going to be a short one because I can't just come and hide up here for an hour and a half like I normally do with you reprobates. So it wouldn't be very good if I did do that on the day my son graduated. So Alex J. Airy, life is good when you're supporting City most of the time. Well, it's nearly all of the time now. Try going back 20, 30 years, mate. Do you know anything about City representatives at Sporting? Not at Sporting, but they came over to the UK. But there's a Bruno Fernandes rumour. I still not having it. I'm not having it. Maybe like I said, I said it 2 weeks ago. I'm going to stick my neck on the line, and I might be totally wrong, but I'm not having it. There's rumours today that City potentially are interested in Bruno Fernandes, and that is all because of a meeting that occurred in Manchester. And even though, and this has been reported in the Portuguese press, but even though the meeting was allegedly supposed to be about a working relationship between Sporting and Manchester City for youngsters, I don't think it really means that Bruno Fernandes, because they were quoting £70 million for him. Now, I can't see it. I just cannot see this happening. But I might be totally wrong. But I don't see why we would buy Bruno Fernandes. Who would we need him for? In what position? And whose position is he going to replace? So I think just the fact that there's been some sort of meeting going on in Manchester between the hierarchy, no doubt Ferran Soriano, Cheeky, maybe several others in the background that we don't really know much about, plus the sporting director and somebody else from Sporting, seems to just, it makes it nice to say, I think the article was, I read it briefly when I came home before, and I think it was from the Mirror, if I remember rightly. And normally you might have somebody like David Maddox or some others that might write it. It was from just I don't like to use the word nobody, but somebody who is not of as significant as a reporter for the Mirror around Manchester City news. So my guess is it's just somebody putting two and two together to get some clickbait, and coming up with 70 million quid. Well, that's gone up compared to what we were allegedly, when we reported this 2-3 weeks ago, was supposed to be in 55, 60 million, has suddenly gone to 70 million pounds. I just don't get it. Why don't you add thumbnails with regards to what, Football Fan Chat? Let me go back to here. Sorry. News. Yeah, Jordan. Yeah. Hey, Andy. Hi, Ryan. Why don't you stream at 4? Because I've just explained to you, mate, I've been out all day in Liverpool at my son's graduation. I wasn't going to stream at all because I should be downstairs with my family, but I thought I'd nip up just for you guys to make sure I did a stream and bring you some of the news that's going on. Congratulations on the family, thank you. Peter Fletcher, big news update. It is a big news update. If I confuse people, I just wrote that really quickly. I meant it's a big news update, as in big news. There's lots of news. There's loads. I should have put lots of news updates. I don't know. What did you do today, Andy? I've been at my son's graduation all day. Football Fan Chat. When's the next episode of Pre-Season Friendly out? Really enjoyed the first episode. Your discussion was really good. That was a pity about Ray. You work well together. I don't know. Possibly. I've got two other. Like I said, I would have put something out today, but I've been too busy. So there is something coming out tomorrow, I think. If not, I might hold that back till the weekend because I've got a busy weekend coming up. So I've got lots going on work-wise. That stuff I've got to prepare for going overseas. So what I might do is I might just hold them back, do a live vlog tomorrow, and maybe at the weekend I'll hit over the weekend with several things. I'm doing a lot more recordings. That's the problem. I'm doing some recordings with several series over the weekend. So I've got to try and tie that in with the business stuff that I have to get. I have to put the business first. So I might do that. I might just wait until Saturday, and that way you guys have got loads to watch over the weekend. Plus, I still will do live vlogs. There's no doubt about it. But right. Are the Everton links true or bull? Well, I mentioned it yesterday. I still, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure about it. If I'm honest, he certainly won't be coming to City this season. We might buy him and loan him out, or buy him and leave him there, and buy him and maybe comes back next season. I don't think he'll be coming to City this season. Pete, tennis dude, hi to all you fine people. When you say short, it'll be at least 2 hours. No, it can't be tonight, mate. Honestly, trust me. Ash Lomas, wonder if there's anything Says Bruno Fernandes, hi Jack, can't see it, but it was so funny. It was true. Yeah, just spoke about that. Reprobates us never. You're joking, aren't you? You lot are the kings of reprobation, I should say. Introduce the family to your subscribers, Andy. No, because it's private. Why would I want my family on here? Blue Oasis. Hi, mate. Kamal, how are you, Kamal? I reckon United will pick up Bruno Fernandes. I think possibly they will. Paul Standolder, even and all, hopes all good. Anuj Shrestner, forget Bruno, get a centre back. I'm sort of with you on that one. Anuj, I'm absolutely with you. Do we need a centre back? I think maybe. I keep saying I'm like that with the centre backs. Discussed it to death for the last sort of week. I think all depends on what's happening with Otamendi. Otamendi stays. Do we really need a centre back? Probably not. If Otamendi goes, then definitely we need a centre back. If we wanted Bruno Fernandes, we would have got him already. Yeah, I agree with you on that, Kamal. Alex J. Airy, don't want Sane to leave. Okay, well, this is I might not be in the right order to what I posted up there because I was just like blah 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 blah. Dani Alves has been spotted at Manchester Airport. Really? Maybe backup for Wan-Bissaka. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't surprise me if we did get Dani Alves on a 12-month deal. It really would not surprise me. I'll be honest with you. Would I rather have somebody else? Probably. Does it make financial sense as long as the money's not something stupid? Probably. I'll be honest with you. He can still do a brilliant job for 12 months. But the whole thing goes back to Pep rarely goes back, and I keep saying this, he rarely goes back in for people that have snubbed him. And he did snub him, or his wife did, on his wedding day, when she decided that he should go to PSG. Didn't she have a business or something in Paris, and that was claimed to be one of the reasons why he turned down City? I'm not sure. But it could be United, it could be anything. It could be the Northwest, could be Liverpool, who knows? So, we'll see. Yes, Andy, how are you doing? Connor Nixon, yeah, just spoke about Alves. Andre Gottfried, the only thing we really need is top tier centre back. Maybe. Probably, yeah, I'd probably say a little bit of cover at right back, but then depends on whether Luke Bolton's into the squad and whatever else. Football fan chat of your live vlogs. Why don't you add thumbnails? Are you talking about thumbnails when I put the live vlogs out? I put a thumbnail on the one last night that I did. If you go back and look at the live vlog, it had a thumbnail on the YouTube channel on the main people we talked about last night. What's the big... Stop it, Steve Black. Top 10 defenders in the world? Yeah, we're going to talk about that. When you're back in Baku, don't know, mate. Nearly was there last month, but it didn't come off. They've had to delay it, so I don't know yet. I ain't got a given date. It could be September time, maybe October. I don't know. So I'm waiting to hear back. Van Dijk, Kompany, delete. Section 20. I always thought Roy Hodgson was a doppelganger for Elmer Ford. Yeah. What's the latest, Serge? We're going to talk about it now, mate. Hi, proud dad. Congratulations to your lad. Thank you, Kiam. I really appreciate that. You're doing really well growing the channel. 6 months, really good. Do you have secret tips? No, not really. I'll tell you what, the only tip I will give you, football fan chat, I'll give you this tip and it's for free. Work hard. That simple. So there you go. Nathan Aki signing, Midnight Crisis. Who knows? Who knows, mate? People, yes, like I said, if Nathan Aki, people keep saying, what about Cancelo? What about Maguire? What about Nathan Aki? If there was any news whatsoever on any of those three signings, I keep saying it on all the vlogs, we'd tell you. But there's nothing. There is nothing. So all we'd do is just go around and the same conversation for like we've had for now, what, 10 days, 12 days, 14 days going, what do you think? Would you rather have Maguire or Aki? Would you rather have Maguire or Aki? Do you think there's anyone? It's just the same sort of dry debate. We honestly don't know. We really don't know. English Mastiff, hi guys, our net spend's looking good. Yes, yeah, it is, and that's one of the things we can quickly look over. So while you've got it up, the net spend it's quite interesting, when we look at it. And mind you, I mean, I don't guess it's anything new. If you're a person who looked at transfer sort of figures and things like that, and you look at transferleagues.com and you can see what's gone out, what's gone in. You can look at transfer market websites, and you'll always find that one or two of the websites will be out or disagree by a few, maybe 100,000, let's say. But basically, the article that you're talking about, English Mastiff, is correct. It's in the Manchester Evening News, and it's basically talking about the fact that our negative image that we've had over so many years on net spend and things like that, when in fact you have to take it as a whole and think that we spent roughly, and this is from the MEN, and this is what I mean today. It says, in fact, the Blues spent roughly £26 million on new players, chiefly Mahrez, between July the 1st, 2018 and the 30th of June 2019. So now, if you actually look, and it depends on which website you look at, if you go to something like Transfer Leagues, that you'll get all the details on there, and they are looking at their figures, and the problem you have is that you get a lot of things like undisclosed. So I would guess they're only guessing. But I think from the players that we sold last season, and only bringing in, well, we actually brought in, I think, 5 players in total last season, but mainly Riyad Mahrez was the main one. And the amount of players that we actually got rid of, I think when you look at the Transfer League's net spend between the outgoings and incomings, it was around about 12.5 million that we actually spent last season. Now on here it says around about 26 million, and it says, but they put the figure in until the 30th of June, which was only, 10 days ago? I'm guessing 11 days ago. But basically what they're saying is that the net spend of last season in particular was the lowest since the takeover, or the second lowest, I should say, since the takeover, which the lowest was in 2013-14 season. But you have to look at the fact of what it does do, and this is a really important point when it comes to sort of net spend and things like that, is it does turn around and say the fact that if you take net spend FC, which we know is Liverpool, we know, and any Liverpool fans on here who come on and decide that they want to disagree with their club being called net spend FC, then you're delusional, absolutely delusional, because that is your club in a nutshell. They are just go on. That's all Liverpool. A large proportion of Liverpool fans go on about is net spend. That's all they talk about. Yeah, when you look at the net spending, isolation, or let's say even the bigger picture, it says Liverpool United have had some seemingly healthy net spends in recent seasons, seemingly. But when you consider they were achieved by losing players of the calibre of Luis Suarez, Philip Coutinho and Cristiano Ronaldo, it doesn't look so smart. City have retained big names like Sergio Aguero, David Silva and Vincent Kompany, and it's been reflected by the success on the pitch. Now City are well set up to only spend money when they need to, only sell when absolutely necessary, and meet financial fair play requirements with ease. So it's actually that point at the end is more more important than what the net spend and everything else is, because it is very true. I think our highest sale, Iheanacho, was it 26 million quid? Yeah, that's not a lot going towards the net spend FC, is it? The net spend trophy. But when you sell players of the likes of Coutinho for 100 and whatever it was, 46 million pounds, well, that's six times, or 5.8 times, something like that, more than we've ever got for our highest player that we've sold, which is Iheanacho. So who really is doing the right thing? I mean, we're selling players for the right... Are we selling players for the right price at the right time? But we're keeping players on long-term contracts at the right time as well. So I think that's a more important point than how much is the net spend figure, if I'm being honest. So Let me go back. Forget Bruno Fernandes. He's nowhere near the level of Bernardo Silva and KDB. Plus, he's not our style of football. I mean, I like I said, Abdullah, I don't know where he fits into this team. Julio Castaneda, you're still awake, buddy. So I'm sorry it's late. I would have been here if I was here. I would have come on at 4. Rob Beer says Dani Alves been spotted at Manchester. Oh yeah, we've read that. Really, Rob? He's off to Salford City. A good one, Joseph. Paul Standall, what's your thoughts on a striker? Do we need one? No. No. Unless somebody of the calibre of an Mbappe or somebody like that comes on the market and we've got the money to pay for him, which I think we have. No, I don't think so. I don't think there's any harm, if I'm being honest. Somebody mentioned about the Everton Suarez thing. I don't think there's any harm in a sort of a striker winger type of attacking player buying, loaning back, or buying, going on loan and planning for the future. We can't fit them in, you know. And I keep saying this, and this is my comeback when anyone says, yeah, but what, we should buy this player, like let's say Bruno Fernandes. And I'm not saying everyone's saying that. I'm just saying if somebody says Bruno Fernandes, my comeback is always, for who? Who are you dropping? Is he better than Bernardo Silva? No. Is he better than Kevin De Bruyne? No. Does he know the system and play the system inside out like David Silva does? No. So who are we dropping? And if we bring the likes of, let's say, Bruno Fernandes, what does that do to Phil Foden's opportunities next season? Because if you're bringing a player in on 70 million, 60 million, 50 million, 40 million, well, he's going to want to play. He's going to want games. And that means that Phil Foden is possibly not going to play. Or who do you drop for him? So it just doesn't make sense, in my opinion. Section 20 says Dani Alves was seen hobbling in on his Zimmer frame. Hey, you know what? Like I said, do I want him? No, I don't want him at City. I think that's gone. That boat and ship has sailed. But if he's on a free and we're offering him 250 grand a week or something like that, he'll put a bit of, put something up Kyle Walker. But then again, we've got Danilo. Danilo can easily put pressure on Kyle Walker. If Kyle Walker, we know Kyle Walker got dropped. 4 games, was it? 4 or 5 games. And Danilo came in and done a wonderful job. So he's already got pressure Walker on him to perform up to the highest level because Danilo's there. But we don't know what's happening with Danilo. This is the thing. Danilo may have turned around and said, look, I want to leave. It's that simple. So maybe Dani Alves might come in. Who knows? Do I want him? Not really. Rob Beard, Ray don't like him. Don't know what that means. Dani Alves coming to Trafford FC, great. Or his wife did. Sorry, you may be talking to other people here, so I do apologise. Dudley Lewis, the last time a reported price for Bruno Fernandes was 55 million 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I mean, that's the time. Oh, no, not today, Dudley. No, today, 70 million. In an article today, 70 million. It was 55. I said to you it was 55. And I think it was 65 million euro. I think that was the highest figure I've seen. I think if Alves came, he would have to work his socks off to yeah, I agree with you, Steve. Nathan Aki, we're going round in circles with the same debate. Rob Beard, yes, Kamal. Football, do you like Liverpool? The city? Yeah, I like the city. Yeah, I do like the city. It's nice city. Nice buildings. Got lots going on. Do I prefer it to Manchester? No chance. Absolutely no chance. Abdullah, I'll be happy with Aki. We're set for a new season. Section, nobody likes Liverpool City, including... It's actually quite nice. I'll be honest with you. It is quite nice. Yeah, it's not a patch on Manchester. Alex J. I like Maguire, but if he has that 70-80 million price tag, then I don't think he's worth it. No, neither do I. Sorry. Just a big jump of comments just came in there, so I do apologise. Let me just see if I can scroll up. I haven't got my mouse up here, so... Hi guys, Levi. Section. If the bigging us up on net spend, the world has definitely gone crazy. I totally agree with you. Pep will shape Bruno well. Doubt he'll come. Roberto, hi, all late today, but we'll watch back. No problem, Roberto Blondie. I'm late as well. What's the big news update. Big news, Dabo. It's huge. You missed it, mate. Should have come on earlier. You've missed the absolute big news. We've already spoken about it. Watch the video back and you'll see what it is. Can't believe you've missed it, mate. Who will be our other big signing? Don't know. You, all right, I'll ask you, Jordan. Who do you think? Because I've given you all of my opinions. I've told you every night, and you give me yours. Did Sandler play? Sandler play where, mate? Eel Z. Do you think Benjamin Mendy will bounce back into good form? I hope so, mate. I really, really hope so. Scott Williams, afternoon. A bit of a bonus, a late stream. No, you're welcome, Scott. I'm a bit late. Is YouTube your normal job? Yeah, I make millions and millions and millions of pounds out of it, so I won't want to do anything else, mate. Alex, it's just fortunes to make. No, mate, it's not. It's not. It's just a hobby. It's a hobby because there wasn't, when we originally set up Man City Fan TV, there wasn't nothing out there to offer sort of, you know, daily stuff and after match interviews with fans and all that type of stuff. So no, it's just a hobby, mate. That's all. I never knew Nick Spen wins your trophies. Oh yeah, it does apparently. Yeah, allegedly. You only have to speak to Liverpool fans and they'll tell you definitely. I say his job is data entry. I think you meant entry there, good dude. Rubto Blondie, hi mate. Yeah, late stream bonus for me too, unlike you. Norman Roman, if England win the Cricket World Cup, the Rags will probably sign an English cricketer just to such. Very good. Yeah, great victory. I didn't see any of it today, but I was following it on the driving home on Radio 5 Live, and yeah, it's wonderful. I mean, absolutely destroyed Australia. So, well done. Sunday is going to be a massive day of sport, isn't it? You've got the Formula One, we've got England versus New Zealand, you've got the tennis finals. So, if you follow tennis, I don't know whether you do or you don't. I don't. Section 20, the Academy at City is outshipped every other academy for garnering income by a huge margin. You see some of the players and the numbers. I'd be interested though. One thing, and I don't know whether you've got those figures and or a link to those figures or where you're getting those figures from. I'd be interested to see how much Chelsea's academy has done compared to City's when it comes to income. But because you know, like Chelsea have got like 8,650 people out on loan, so be interested to see what Chelsea's figures are on that. But definitely we're right up there without shadow of a doubt. Beyond belief. Hey BB, where have you been? Most expensive Premier League keeper Kepa 70 million. Most expensive defender Van Dijk 75. Most expensive midfielder Pogba 90. Most expensive striker Lukaku. There you go. Says it all. Scott Williams, afternoon. Blondie Manic today. Hope all's good. Ash Lomas. Is Trippier from Spurs available? Maybe not the best, but it looks like he's going overseas. Looks like he's going overseas, mate. I doubt it. Can you imagine Walker and Trippier fighting for a right back? You know, we'll start getting called by the Spurs fans. We'll start getting called United. Colin Pollock. Hi Andy, have you seen the independent journalist's mention of Rabin and Man City Fan TV? No, mate. What's that? If you can post the link, mate. No, I've been out all day. Is it something that's happened today, or I've only been posting a little bit on Twitter. Really, it was just more about I was at the graduation with my son, so I haven't seen anything like that. The independent journalists mention of Rabin and Man City Fan TV. No, I haven't. Who? Oh, the independent. Are you talking about the independent? I don't know whether you mean they are independent or the independent as in the independent journalist for the independent newspaper. Is that what you're talking about? And who is that? Rob Beard, Andy, have you watched the documentary on Netflix about Sunderland? You know what, mate? I haven't. I've been meaning. I've just been too busy, mate. I don't even get time to watch telly. I literally, if I can, sit down in the evening when my wife's watching telly around about 9 o'clock to watch the likes of Killing Eve and a couple of other programs. But I rarely get a chance to just sit down because I'm trying to run a business and I'm trying to do Man City Fan TV, and so I don't really have time to sit down and just watch telly. I'd love to. Things like Peaky Blinders and stuff. I will. Whatever happens, I'll make sure I'm sat there. Killing Eve, I sit down because me and my wife watch it. But No, I haven't, and I will get time. What I will do, and I'll download it, and when I've got I've got a horrendous flight coming up in the next 2 weeks, which is the client. I'm going overseas long haul, and that's why I was thinking of going to the game in Japan in the pre-season tour. And obviously, any flights over 8 hours, we make the client send our trainers on with business class. It's just simple. That's written into the contract because it's a long flight. So I sent them the link to book it on Skyscanner with Qatar Airways, and because it's quite late and I'm going a week on Sunday, it was like £4,900, and they went. We can't pay £4,900, and so I went back to them. I said, look, here you go. We've done a bit of research, and there is another way round it. It's still business class because we won't travel otherwise. But this one's a bit cheaper for you, and it's like £2,500. But it's like, and I'm going, not one of the other trainers. I'm actually doing it. I think one of the other trainers might turn around and gone, I'm not doing that. And it's like Manchester to Amsterdam, like 2.5 hours, 3 hours in the airport. Amsterdam to where is it now? I think it's Doha. Doha to Shangzhou in China, and then Shangzhou in China onto Yangon. But it's just like it's 27.5 hours the trip. Now, on the Qatar flight, it was 16 hours and 5 minutes with a one stop for 3 hours in Doha. But this one's like 3 airports and 27.5 hours. So instead of me getting there at 6:15 the next morning from a 8 o'clock flight on the Sunday, I'm getting there from a 10 o'clock flight. I'm getting there at something like 18:30 the next day, their time. So maybe I'll download the whole series. I might be able to watch the whole series of Sunderland. But eight episodes, wow. Okay, so I'm sure I will definitely be able to. Right, let's just go quickly back. What else was I going to talk about? Because I have rambled on a bit tonight, and I do apologise. Talked about Bruno Fernandes. Talked about, I was going to talk about the top 10, allegedly, in 442. There's an article about the top 10 defenders in world football. Well, excuse me. How many City players do you reckon are in there? Top 10. Go on. You might have read it. I don't know. Let me just skip down to so I'm up to date with where you're in there. So, Julio Casanedo, 3 airports, 27 hours, just kill yourself. No, I know. It's not something I would normally do, but they're a good client. Colby, yeah, you're spot on, Colby. What number is he? So you might have read the article. What number do you think it is? There's only one, and that's Aymeric Laporte. Paul Standor, 1 or 2? No, there's just the one, and it is Aymeric Laporte. Where do you think he comes in at? In China, check the flight, ain't spraying the crops with. Joseph Beatty says 9. No, better than 9. 4, close. 8, no, better than that. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. So it's close. Midnight is close. Joseph's very close, and so's Midnight. Hey Andy, are we getting a centre back? Gustavo, we're talking. Hooray, Joseph Beatty, Colby, congratulations. Aymeric Laporte comes in at number 5 on the top sort of centre backs in world football. So, what do you reckon? Who do you reckon was number 1? Go on. You know it. Who was it? Come on. You can do it. Laporte bingo, yeah, there you go. Virgil van Dijk. Joseph Beatty, yeah, of course it was. Virgil van Dijk, and there was also Varane in there. Sergio Ramos, I think, was number 4. Koulibaly was number 3 on there. So, going out on a limb. I'm sure you're not going out on a limb. I'm sure you know that. So anyway, Aymeric Laporte, that's good news. Number 5, rated number 5 best centre-backs in world football. So We know how good he is. He's absolutely superb. Right, Leroy Sane. Going to move on to this because I have gone over 34. Right, okay, so I've got about another 10 minutes or so. So this is the big, I say big news, it's not big news, but it's one of the stories, the main stories of the big news update, not the big news. Smalling and Jones, yeah, they were 7 and 8 together. I still can't get in the international team. Right. Roberto Blondie, who is above him? Just said there, I think Van Dijk was 1. I think I might have closed it down by now. Let me just see if I can bring it back up for you. I can't remember. I think it was... just see. No, I closed it down. Now I'm going to have to go and search where I found it. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, I can get it up. I can get it up here. I'll give you the top 10. This is the top 10 centre backs. Number 10, Toby Alderweireld. Number 9, his partner in crime, Jan Vertonghen. Number 8 is Giorgio Chiellini. Number 7 is Diego Godin. Number 6 is Gerard Piqué. Then obviously number 5 we got Aymeric Laporte. Number 4 is Sergio Ramos. Number 3 was Koulibaly. Number 2 was Raphael Varane, and obviously number 1 was Netspend FC centre back. Never ever been beaten. You name it. Blah 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 blah, and that was Virgil van Dijk. Good player. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's a good player. Just being bitter. Right, so quick bit of news. Whether this is just tittle tattle, we don't know. But there's rumours that Paris Saint-Germain are going to come in for Leroy Sane. According to some reports, Paris Saint-Germain are lining up, and this was in Sport, that they could be preparing to make an effort to put in a big transfer signing, an offer for Man City's Leroy Sane, with the future of Neymar in a state of flux, basically. So with the fact that there could be 2 potential clubs looking for Neymar, we know there's the opportunity to go back to Barca, and obviously Real Madrid will show a massive interest in him, but I think he'll probably, I don't know. I think Barca will probably get him if anything. But it says now that at PSG they already see Neymar Jr. more out of than in Paris. At the French capital, that thinking about names that might complement the likes of Kylian Mbappe and Edinson Cavani up front, and Leroy Sane would be the perfect option down the left wing. Sane, as we know, is back in training. Bayern says that, according to Rummenigge, came out basically saying that Sane's decision looks like it'll be done after he comes back from his holidays. Well, he's back training. He's back now at the academy training prior to the Asia tour. So what that does, I'll tell you what, that does worry me more than Bayern. The Bayern thing, I really don't believe he would go to Bayern. I really don't. I think he's already come out and said, and we said it 2 weeks ago, that he has no plans to go back to Germany because he feels like he's under constant scrutiny in Germany. We know, and I said it on here when we had the discussion, I said that Adidas were trying to lure him away from the Nike deal, even though I still can't find anything. Somebody said that he signed a Nike deal, but I still can't find anything on that. But Adidas were trying to lure him away and make him a massive offer. Now, we know Adidas and Bayern are sort of in bed together. But then still, it would have been done. You would have known about that by now. But it looks like if he has signed with Nike again and kept his contracts up with Nike and renegotiated, then it looks like he's turned down the opportunity with Adidas. So I think the Bayern thing is ruled out. So I was always, and I have said over the last 5, 10 days, saying I'm confident Leroy Sane will definitely sign for City. Now I am a little concerned. Now I am. No, now I am really concerned. I'll be honest with you. So if PSG come in for him, if Neymar goes, and let's say they get, well, I think PSG have said they want the same money that they paid for him, which you would have to suggest is, it'd be good business for Bayern, for PSG, if they got 200 million for him to sell him back to Barca. I don't think Real will have a chance if Barca are really wanting back. I can't see it. That's a lot of money, which means if we do end up having to sell him, if he puts in a transfer request, if there's any negotiations, then that 80-90 million that we might have got off Bayern for Sane will now have to be 130, 140, 150 million quid. Easily. It's got to be. City have got to stand strong on this one and say, no chance. You've just got 200 million quid for Neymar. We want 150 million quid, let's say. Take it or leave it. And that's it. And come down hard on this. So are we going to get back into this whole cycle of we don't know what's happening with signings until we sort the Leroy Sane thing out? So we could quite easily go over the next 10 days with 2 or 3 players in a position whereby everything is in flux, state of flux, because we don't know what's happening with Danilo. Does that affect the right-back signing? We don't know what's happening with Otamendi. Does that affect the centre-back signing? And if Leroy Sane's head gets turned by PSG, we then don't know, should we really be signing a winger or a striker or somebody who can play attacking on the left, or do we need anybody? But I'd be surprised if we didn't replace him. So I think this is something that, if true, and these, like I said, these are all alleged rumours. Whether somebody's thought, well, Neymar out, who else could? Bayern want Sane. What about PSG? And try and link the two. Now, it's been written, it's in sport about this. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But if it does become true, I would be really, really worried. I'm not talking about me. I'd be really worried about the fact of Sane, because I think with PSG, they would have the money. There's no negotiating. There's no sort of City buying saying, we'll give you 70, City saying, bugger off, or 180, and they go, we'll give you 85. We could turn around and say, I'll tell you what, 150 million. Well, PSG could go, all right, no problem. Got 50 million in the bank. Half is on half the wages that Neymar was on. It's a win-win all round. So, if it's true, this does really concern me. Right, let me go back to a couple of your statements. Handy, how was your day? And did your kid enjoy? Oh, yeah, it was a great day, Craig. Brilliant day. Thank you very much. And if you haven't seen Craig on the Man City Fan TV Who Are You series, Craig is the guy on the last episode, the Scottish guy from Edinburgh, who saw the Hearts 6 City 1 game. Scott Williams, well done, Julie. Can't wait to see it. Good luck. Oh, have I missed Julie on here? Oh, Julie's on. Sorry, Julie. Hi, Andy. I will do a Who Are You over the weekend, I promise. Thank you very much. I know got about 4 or 5 people asking to do one at the weekend because it's been a busy week for people. So that's absolutely fine. I might put out one of the others. I need to contact those 2 people that I've already done them with and say, look, you're back off holiday and can I put them out in the meantime? But you're more than welcome, Julie. Just get in contact with me. Ula Hoonis just liked an Instagram post of Leroy Sane. Can we report buying for unsettling a player? I mean, let's face it, it happens, and it's not nice, and it is, unsportsmanship and things. But City do it. Let's be honest. Colin Pollock, Miguel Delaney is the journalist, Andy. Not sure I've spelt the name right. Oh yeah, Miguel Delaney. Yeah, I know, obviously. I can't see that because I'm blocked. I've got blocked by Miguel Delaney months and months ago. Like he's blocked, I think, 90% of the people that say anything negative against him. And obviously I know Rabin was having a big spat with him a few months ago. And he just went on this big blocking spree of blocking anybody who said anything. And then pretty much he disappeared. So, you're alleging, Colin, that something on Twitter that mentions Rabin and Man City Fan TV. I'm guessing that's what you're saying. I don't know. Can you do me a favour? Is there any chance, if that's the case, because I might not be able to see it. Maybe I missed it. I need to go and look at my Twitter account. Can you do me a favour? I don't know whether you follow me on Twitter, but I'm at Aviation Blue. I don't know whether you follow me or not, but my Twitter account is there. Would you do me a favour? Would you DM me some screenshots or something so I can have a look at it? Because obviously I want to know what's been said on there. So, but thank you for pointing that out. And like I said, I can't see what Miguel Delaney says. I can see what Rabin says. So Rabin still follows me. So and I follow him. So I've messaged Rabin over the past few days. So breaking news. Oh, sorry, I've jumped ahead. My apologies. Right, Andy, I've missed much. Yeah, you missed loads, Sam. You need to watch it back. What's the update? Already done it. Swap with Mbappe. Yeah, can't see that happening. Why would you go to PSG? Why else does anybody go to PSG? Steve Black, I'll take that. Good shout. Swap deal with Mbappe. It would be nice, but they're not going to go for that. If Neymar at 27. And he's had a couple of seasons, even though he's done really, really well, but he's been injured, he's going to go back to Barca for 200 million. How much would Mbappe be? Mbappe, for me, would possibly be, apart from Lionel Messi, would possibly be 300 million plus. I think he'll be the first 300 million pound player. But if City's got it, get him. Neymar for Sane. Oh no, I don't want Neymar at City. No thanks. Van Dijk needs to be winning leagues consistently to be compared to the likes of Vinny. Totally agree with that. Absolutely, BB. I'm with you on that. Sell Sane, get Neymar and Mbappe. I'd have Mbappe. Neymar, no way. No, me neither. Good God, we don't want Neymar. I think the consensus is no, we don't want Neymar. Swap with Mbappe and a packet of Penguins. We're on to the biscuits. Steve Black, stop it. No says he's a disaster, says Roberto Blondie. Post on it. I bet they would give us 100 million. Well, if they got 200 million, if you were in the negotiating seat, you'd want more than that. Kiam says 200 million, then yes, but we need a serious replacement lined up. And that's the problem. This is my big problem. This is why I'm worried about it, is because I've said now for 3-4 weeks, I've been saying the Sane thing concerns me, that if we don't get this done early, we could be left in a really precarious position that we would have to either say to Sane, bugger off, you're staying, where you're going to make a player very, very unhappy and pissed off with City. And you don't really want to do that, even though, let's face it, it's all about contracts and things like that. You ideally want it to be amicable in a place that a player allows you time to replace them. PSG could quite easily come in very late, if Neymar goes very late back to Barca, and say, here you go, we'll give you, let's say, maybe they won't, but let's say they give you 150 million. Are City going to turn 150 million pounds away if Sane says, I want to leave? And we've got, 3 days of the window to go? It puts us, like I said, in a really precarious position. Now, with the buying stuff, I think that could be done and dusted one way or the other. Either it's a definite no, and the signs are, I don't think he'll go to Bayern, if I'm being honest. But I'm just hoping Sane just gets this contract signed and stays, and that's it, done and dusted, and we can get rid of all these stupid rumours. But if the Paris one is true and this drags on any longer, like I said, I am really, really concerned about it. I really am. Thank you, Ryan Corrie, for that. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. I'll have a look after this stream's finished. I'll have a look at the... Ryan's just posted me the Miguel Delaney stuff where he mentions Man City Fan TV. So thank you, Ryan, for that. I really do appreciate that. I'll have a look at that when I finish the live stream. Rumour Nugget, slap him, Andy. I would slap him if I saw him. Leroy, 130 million PSG. All right, then, English Mastiff. Here's a good question. If PSG turn around and said to you, yeah, I'm talking to you, English Mastiff. If they come round and said, I tell you what, we'll give you 130 million on Saturday, so you've got a bit of time left, would you sell him or not? And I'll have to scroll down because I'm halfway through a load of answering questions. Will I see an answer? Everton Suarez for 40 million. Yes, I'm skint. It's not your money, mate. Kiam says, I'm not that concerned about Sane rumour, as I don't think he suits Pep's system, albeit he's a great player. You don't think... You don't think, Kiam, you don't think Sane suits a Pep system? Expand, mate. Give us some thoughts. Interesting. Give us some thoughts. Paul Standell says, I wouldn't sell him for 130 million. You wouldn't? Beyond Belief said, if Sane leaves City, it won't be for football reasons. This is my point. And this is what worries me when the PSG thing, because I don't think it's down to football. I think his agent, and this was the rumours, he was looking for new agents and things like, and I think it's this, and I don't know whether it's coming from somewhere else or what. And that's why the PSG, they have the money. They will have the money if Neymar gets sold. That's what this is what concerns me. Let me just see. Nothing less than 165. That's pretty specific, that, Dudley. I'll give you that. Sane goes, we need Mbappe. Son, Bailey from Leverkusen. Sane doesn't suit the system. What? Interesting. No, I think his work rate and application is lacking at times, and it frustrates. That I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that statement because it's true. His work rate and application is lacking at times. That is absolute fact. Hence why Pep gets frustrated with him. So that statement is true. You said about the system, though, and that's what I'm more interested in about than anything else. Perhaps his new agent, Andy... Hey, you don't know. I don't think it's been announced, Scott Williams. That's a really good point. That is a really good point. We don't know. Somebody might. If somebody has read it, please post it. I've not read about if he's got a new agent and who that agent is. Could it be Raiola? It could be his agent. It could be his agent spreading rumours. It could quite easily be that. We don't know. I think City have a player or two ready to replace Sane, and have a sneaky feeling it's Everton or Bruno. Bruno Fernandes won't replace Sane, though. Different positions. Everton's... no, I can't see Everton Suarez being a replacement for Sane, I'll be honest with you. If Sane was like 29, 30, you might go, yeah, okay, I can see that. It's a much younger player. Don't forget, last season he still had a number of goals and assists. Seasons before, he was exceptional. Absolutely brilliant. But I think English Massive, Sane has attitude. Listen, I did a video for Man City Fan TV, and I think the date was the 8th of August last year when the season had started, and it was called What's Wrong with Sane, or something like that. And I did a video, it was about 20 minutes long, and it was all about Leroy Sane. And we have to remember that Sane started the previous season where he missed the first 5 games, and he did the same this season. Maybe he was a slow starter. That was what I was suggesting was the problem why he wasn't starting again this season, with considering he didn't go to the World Cup last year and why he wasn't picked at the beginning. But I also mentioned on there about attitude, potentially. He's had a bit of a thing with Pep before, so I don't know. Wouldn't have minded Daniel James from Swansea. I think we have to see what he's going to be like in a big team. Sane wins a lot of tackles on the left. I don't agree that his work mate is lacking. Who's his work mate, big chat? I'm only kidding. It must be his work rate, you mean. Julian Brandt, if we sell Sane, we were rumours about that a couple of years ago. I see Sane as similar to Mahrez. He's better on the counter-attack late in games, but against strong defence, he struggles. We saw him struggle a few times last season, but then, he pops up with important goals like the one against Liverpool. Sane will burn out at PSG and have too much pressure at Bayern State City, lad. Brandt's gone to Dortmund. Kian, we need another Bernardo type craft that unlocks these defences in tight games. Okay. Blue Height could come down to wages and Leroy could be tempted. PSG will probably pay. Without a Blue Heart, without a shadow of a doubt, PSG will offer far more than what City will offer him. Far more. What's Neymar on? Is it 480,000 tax free? They could offer him 300 grand a week. City are not going to offer Leroy Sane 300 grand a week. He might get 200 grand a week if he's lucky. I can't see him getting 300 grand a week. But PSG could easily offer 300 grand a week. No problem whatsoever. Plus the transfer fee if Neymar goes. Because they'll be saving a fortune on his salary. Albeit, they might not be getting a big income when it comes to advertising and commercial rights and things like that. But Sane added free kicks to his repertoire last season. He did. Pep won't tolerate Sane's attitude if it continues. His work rate isn't awful, says Kian, but it's not up to Pep's standard. I'd be happy to give him more time, though. I do like the kid. I agree. I hope he stays. I really hope he stays. But like I said, I wasn't worried. I always thought he's going to sign, no problem, when the buying thing was going on. If this rumour is true with PSG, it really does concern me. Still don't like the idea of signing Everton. He's 23, still playing in Brazil with 48 goal contributions in almost 150 games. Don't think he'd cut it in our team. I'm a little bit with you, Ryan. I must admit, I'm a little bit with you on that one. City could offer that much, but won't and shouldn't. They could offer it, but they won't, because you're putting him on a higher salary wage per week than Sergio Aguero, and he's just below Kevin De Bruyne. He hasn't done enough yet. If Bernardo Silva is on 180,000, 160,000 a week with his new extended contract, and you give Leroy Sane 300 grand a week, I'm sorry, half the player on what we've seen last season. So no chance. Bernardo Silva's agent will be straight in, banging down Ferran and Cheeky's door saying this isn't acceptable. Agree, Kiam, the lad needs to put his head down and put ink to paper. But Pep will be watching Sane's attitude in training. He will, yeah, he will. But that's where there was also issues with training last season, wasn't there? There was issues with Pep and Sane in training. So I guess, is that the reason? He sees him in training and just don't think he's doing enough, hence why he's not picking him. It's not necessarily always about the games and how he plays in games. It could quite easily have been, you're just not putting it in training. It's not good enough. Others are pulling the pisser out and you're just strolling around the place. It's not good enough. The French league is a joke, though. That's one thing Sane would say. It is, but at the end of the day, I think it comes down to what? Money. Brian Gardner, if Sane had Sterling's attitude, he would be world class. Pep's already said, hasn't he, Brian? Pep said he could go on to be one of the best in world football. He could be a Ballon d'Or winner. He just has to apply himself. Check Brian's link. Who's that to? He just needs good haircut. When Sane does something well in a game and his confidence is up, he's lethal. But when he starts and comes on as sub, he takes a while to warm up. He needs to miscontrol the ball first before he's on it. Andy Sane doesn't fit the modern system. Almost every good winger cuts in, finesses and crosses. Jumping. Can cross either foot. Sane's one-footed. Mahrez is one-footed though, mate. If Sane goes, how much, Andy? I have no idea. I'm not going to sit here trying to be some sort of agent expert on football transfer fees. I'm not going to do that. But I would suggest that if City... right, here you go. This is my thoughts on it. I would like Sane to stay. I think if Pep Guardiola offers him parity with Bernardo Silva as wages, right, great. I'll be happy with that. If Bayern Munich come in and Sane says, I definitely want to move to Bayern Munich and I want to leave Manchester City, I would say Bayern Munich must not pay anything less than 100 million for him. If PSG come in for him, I suggest that goes up by 30, 40 million. So 130, 140. Because if they've got 200 million for Neymar back, then I think, bollocks to them. If they, let's face it, they're not a City. They're not run like City. They're so desperate to win the Champions League that they throw money at everything. where we don't really do that. That's not our model anymore. It was in the early days, but not anymore. So I would say 130, 140 million. And if he wants to go, he's going to have to put a transfer request in for that, and not City selling him. He has to hand in a transfer request to Bayern or to PSG and say, I want to leave. So everyone knows he has asked for the transfer. It's not City saying we're selling him. That's my opinion on it. But who am I? Fantarangi New York. It's just up in the. I'm up in this. What's going to be my office. I was up here the other night, only because it's been my son's graduation today, so I've got people around, and I should have been here for 35 minutes, and I'm already here for an hour. And they're going to be going, where is he gone? But I'm going to quickly wrap up this vlog. How you replace Sane is already the best left wing, in my opinion. Possibly. I like Felipe Anderson at West Ham. He offers that craft, but less pace. No, I can't agree with you on that one, Kian. Brian Gardner, I agree with you, Andy. Dudley Lewis, Brian says if Sane had Sterling's attitude, yes, yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't mind Son. I like Son. I must admit, I do like him. Quick, proper attitude. In that he gives 100% in every game. He tracks back. He works hard. Good finisher. I won't mind Son either, says Sam. Liam Grant, Andy, I'd only sell if it was ridiculous. Well, this is what we've been talking about, Liam. I agree. Agree, Felipe Anderson. So yours, so English Mastiff and Kiam agree that Felipe Anderson could be an option. Felipe Anderson had half a season, says Fantarangian official. Sorry, Spurs ain't selling Son now. I don't think they're going to sell him anyway. Right. What else did I want to quickly talk about? Well, Forbes have released a rich list of the most valuable clubs in world football. Real Madrid top it at 3.38 billion. Barca at 3.1 billion are in second. United at 3.03 billion in third. Bayern Munich at 2.39 billion in fourth. And City come in fifth at 2.15 billion. Just some of the names. Chelsea is sixth, 2.07 billion. Arsenal 7th, 1.83. Liverpool 8th at 1.74 billion. Spurs 9th, 1.29 billion. Juve 10th, 1.2 billion. And PSG, amazingly, 11th at 870 million. So City are fifth on the most valuable clubs in world football. Now, Forbes have done this. Sod Forbes, I look at Premier League table and tells me everything. I mean, yeah. Forbes have published this from Dollar's Football Money, League Reports and Swiss Rambler website as well. So they've compiled it not just from their own list, but from other accountancy firms and also Swiss Rambler, excuse me, that show and do lots of work on football finance. So it just goes to show you when you look at that where we are in terms of the investment that's gone into Manchester City and how much the club are worth in today's market. Obviously, we sold shares in City to Chinese organisation, but yes, well over 2 billion, and it's a lot of money for the investment that Sheikh Mansour's put into the club, which is phenomenal. So, yeah, does it make any difference to the average fan? No, it doesn't. It makes no difference, I'll be honest with you. So, moving on. Let me just see. Also, one of the other things quickly I'm going to talk about is Vinny's testimonial on Wednesday, the 11th of September, versus a Premier League All-Stars 11. So I hope if you're in Manchester, you're going to go and support that. It is for Tackle for Manchester, which is Man City Fan TV's charity of choice. We're going to be doing a donation prior to the September the 11th to Tackle for Manchester for the artwork that we've sold. And we've still got artwork up for sale. And we're going to do some more fundraising over the coming weeks for Tackle for Manchester. We've got some of the bits and pieces that we're going to do. That's going to hopefully raise as much money as we can for Tackle for Manchester. So we'll present them with the money that we raised prior to the game on Wednesday, the 11th of September. But some All-Star 11 and Premier League stars and City legends have been announced, and that is Joe Hart is going to be there, Joleon Lescott, Micah Richards, Pablo Zabaleta. I don't know, it says legends, but Wayne Bridge, Gareth Barry, Nigel de Jong will be there, Samir Nasri, Shawnee Wright, Phillips will be there, Stephen Ireland, Craig Bellamy as well will also be included. So that'll be great to see those. It says, and 2 familiar Premier League stars have also been selected. Now, one of them I find very strange. Emil Heskey, granted, he made over 500 appearances over his 18-year career, scoring 130 goals. He'll be joined by Rafael van der Vaart, who obviously played for Real Madrid and Spurs. So we've got some sort of City legends. So I don't know about all of them, but anyway, that'll be a great night. I can't wait. We've got our tickets. I bought four tickets anyway. The week before. So me, my wife, and my lads are going to that. I'll be there doing some filming and bits and pieces, interviewing, and I said I'm going to see Tackle for Manchester the week before the actual Legends game. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully, we might have some more news on later on, maybe at the end of August, beginning of September. I'll have some more news about the Tackle for Manchester stuff. Last bit of news, Manchester City defender Pablo Mari. Everyone goes, huh? Who? Pablo Mari is on his way out of the club, according to reports in Brazil. Journalist from UOL says that Flamengo are very close to announcing the signing of the 25-year-old. I'm sure most of you will remember that we signed him a number of years back, and he's been on loan. It says that although a few websites claim the defender's contract with the Premier League side expires in the summer, the reliable journalist claims that his rights are being acquired with City. So it says it's said that there are only a few contract deals to be sorted, and he should soon have his move to Rio de Janeiro made official. Now, I don't know how much what we're going to get with his rights to his image rights and whatever else, but basically he signed for City from Gymnastic back in 2016, 16. And we know he's been at Girona, NAC Breda, Deportivo La Coruña, but he only made, in that time, 3 years, he's only made like 38, 39 appearances. So yeah, it was one of those we bought at the time. I'll just have a quick look on Transfer Market just to see what was I can't remember what we even paid for him at the time. We paid €200,000. We paid €200,000 for him. We then sent him out to Girona. And yeah, he went to Girona, Breda, Deportivo La Coruña, and now City to Flamengo. And it's got a question mark about the fee because it's not actually a sell. It's to do with image rights and stuff like that. So let me just quickly go back 5 minutes, and then I'm going to go. I'll read you one last thing on the transfer news for today. Don't forget, what is your starting 11? I posted it right at the beginning of this vlog. I said, who would be your starting 11 for the West Ham game? Considering who is going. And before I posted my team, before I read your last lot of comments out, I don't know what's just happened there. Maybe I just lost. It's come back up. This is just some of the players that are going on the pre-season tour that have been announced so far. I think it doesn't come out until Saturday. I think the full lineup is going to be there. But for the Tour of Asia, we've got the likes of Raheem Sterling. We've got Kevin De Bruyne, Leroy Sane, Bernardo Silva, David Silva and Kyle Walker definitely being announced as going. We know that there are players still in the AFCON. We know there are players that have been out in the Copa America. So they're going to be needing a holiday and things like that. And I said last week, they might join maybe for the last game of the tour. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure. Maybe they'll meet up. So, who we'll come back on Saturday. We'll tell you who the full squad is when it's announced. But we know it's going to be made up mainly of the kids for certain. So, let me go back right the way to the beginning. And I can't even remember. No, I'm not going to go back. I'll just try and remember what I said. I think I said Edison. Who did I say now? Edison. Did I say Bolton? I'm not sure. John Stones. But he's not been announced as Stones. Yeah, I think Stones will go. Stones, Garcia, Angelino at left back. Rodri to hold. Zinchenko. And can't remember who did I say ahead of him. I don't know. Bernardo Silva, did I say? Riyad Mahrez, Raheem Sterling, and did I say Leroy Sane? Can't remember. But you could have Phil Foden in there. I don't know. I can't remember what I said now. But let's have a quick look, see what it said. Pep will play mostly English. Yeah, I mean, we'd expect him to. Leonard London said Edison, Walker, Stones, Laporte, Mendy, Rodri, KDB, Bernardo, Sane, Sterling, Aguero, full match fit. Really, I don't think Aguero might. I don't think Aguero might not be there for the first game because he's obviously just finished in the Copa America. So I think he's going to go on a 2-week, 3-week holiday. As one of the elder statesmen, I think he'll be given time. Fans Orangian official, I'd like to see Foden. Yeah, I forgot Foden earlier, so my fault. Foden, I think, definitely will start. Yeah, in Asia tour, mate, Fans Orangian. I'm not talking about the first game of the season. The West Ham game, sorry. The West Ham in Asia tour. Sorry, I posted everything right at the very beginning of the vlog, so saying this would be my team for the first, going to Asia. These are the players that are announced. Grimshaw, Bravo, Walker, Stones, Garcia, Tony, and Angelino. Foden, banker. Foden's a banker. Yeah, I think Foden is. Yeah, I agree. Sterling, false number 9. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Sterling, a false 9. I don't think Gabby and Sergio will be there. So I was thinking Sergio in a false 9. Sterling, a false 9. I throw Roger straight in. No, yeah, I think Roger will play. Regank says, Andy, mate, I just joined in. Could you quickly just tell what was the big news? You missed it, mate. Should have been on. I can't believe it. Have you heard the news? Leroy Sane has been sold to PSG. £125 million. Gutted, absolutely gutted. What's everyone? Tell Mregang, what does everyone else feel about this? I mean, they've been absolutely going meant. They've been arguing with each other, the people on this vlog. It's gone crazy. And I keep saying to them, calm down, it doesn't matter, we've got 125 million for him. Who are we meeting in the Community Shield since we won it? 120 million was too little. Yeah, I'm absolutely devastated. I can't believe it. I just cannot believe it. Andy and a pack of icons. Great news that we have Mbappe talk. Yeah, that's the thing though. Well, we still have to pay. Sorry, if I'll recap for you, Regan. 125 million, but we've got to pay 155 million on top of that is included because we're getting Mbappe to City. 125 million in Viscounts. Well, that's a relief he's sold. I'm glad now we can move on. Really? I'm gutted. No, I like Mbappe, but I wanted Sane to stay at City rather than getting Mbappe. I think he's pretty average, if I'm being honest. I think he's well overrated. You lot are vicious. It's crazy. Sane gone. It's mental, says Anuj. Can't believe it. Sad day for the club. Will have to be Chris Butties for tea. Well, that's what I'm thinking. We're getting a bit peckish now. Sane's gone and De Bruyne's in talks with Real Madrid. Bugger off. I think that's just fake news. I'm not having that. No chance. We can't lose De Bruyne and Sane. Stop it, says Leonard. Cheese and onion. Sane for me, tea. Mbappe is crap. I agree. Total garbage. There's talk Laporte going to Barcelona. I read that this morning. I still think that's fake news as well. Pep's in talk with Newcastle now. You're rubbing it in. No, stop it. That ain't true. I'm glad we're taking Lukaku on loan. I think he's decent. I do. you know, I think he could easily on his day. I think he's possibly up there with Sergio. I like his consistency. Minted with Viscounts. Is it April the 1st? No. It's July the 11th. But it's a black day. Massive news. Yeah, it is BB. Sane was signed by Matt Vitties. Trump just tweeted it. Fake news. We all love Sane, screw the others. Okay, apparently Pep sees Lukaku as a wing-back in a 3-5-2. He's a big lad. I'm not sure about 3-5-2, but he's definitely right up there with Sergio for me. Do you think we'll get Cancelo? No. Wait, what's the news on Mbappe signing? Yeah, signed. Sane's gone to PSG. 125 million, and we're giving 155 million on top of that for Mbappe. I think it's a disgrace. But at least we've got Lukaku. Oi, a black day, do you mind? Steve. Joseph, news just in. Phones at Old Trafford having a medical. See, we bring you all of the news on Man City Fan TV before anybody. I bet you Sam Lee and all the others haven't got this. Lukaku is decent, but not as our new backup keeper. No, definitely. Number 3, maybe. Cheeky Ferran and Khaldoon are also moving away from City to United. That's definitely fake news. I'm not having that, Mergang. Edison up front. Yeah, we always knew that was going to happen, though. Please, guys, stop it. Aguero in talks with Grimsby Town. Grimsby Town. We signed Robinho for 99 million. Joseph Foden at Old Trafford having his head tested more like. Well done, Mergank. Well, what's going on? Andy, you reckon City are going to end up without signing a centre-back? It wouldn't surprise me, mate. I think it all depends on what's happening with Otamendi. Edison has gone. Corrigan instead. Guys, you'd never, ever let me down. We've done a couple of these and you never, ever let me down. Too much news. My mate works at Manchester Airport and apparently he's just seen Soriano in Costa with Phil Jones. This just in, Michael Jackson about to land in Manchester for a medical with City. Joseph Fellaini's on his way to finalise a deal. I think I heard on my local radio in Norway that Solskjaer was considering playing in midfield, replacing Pogba. Zidane and Pep are swapping clubs. We don't do fake news. Franny Lee takes over and brings Alan Ball back as boss. He's going to have to dig him up. Sorry about that, Alan Ball and his family. Tony Buck to be Walker back up. Justin Robertson Blondie squash naughty signing for City. Right, guys, I'm going. You made me cry. Never let me down. Richard done his defensive choreographer. Defensive coach choreographer. Latest. Listen, guys, thank you so much. That was funny. Saying Bolt is our new wing back. Let's be honest, we've just spent the last 5 minutes doing what every paper does exactly that. Andy, you are the best live chat vlogger. Well done, thank you. We're only doing what the so-called journalists do. Exactly that. This just shows you can get paid 50, 100 grand a year just for making up absolute bollocks. Cheers, everyone. Great way to end the day. Thank you, clickbait. Yeah, it is. That's all it is. Listen, guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. Thank you so much. You always make me laugh when we go into one of these, like, weekly meltdown in it, where we just, lose the plot. And it's Friday tomorrow. So, anyway, cracking show, guys. Thank you. Mark the Blue says, Wayne Biggins. Good stream. Take care, Kiam. Have a good evening, Andy. Bloody hell. Thanks, Andy. See Andy with all Sky Blues. Cheers, lads. See you later. Cheers. Thank you. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, click subscribe, click notification. Don't forget, give it a thumbs up before you go. I'll be back tomorrow at my normal time of 4 o'clock. I've got more videos. I might put some out. I need to speak to Rob because I think the podcast might be about to go live. I'm not sure. I need to speak to him. So try and get that out hopefully tomorrow or Saturday. And then at the weekend, fingers crossed, I might have a little bit of some good news for Man City Fan TV. But I'm not going to talk about it yet. I want to make sure. But we are going to sponsor somebody. Sponsor him in a way that we're going to try and push this guy and really try and help him But I just need some stuff back. So I'll keep that one for the weekend. Wait until it happens. Sunday, please. Yeah, I'll be on Sunday. Don't worry. Maradona, CR7, love Charles Sainz football and laters. You guys can carry on this chat if you like, because I'm going. You've already blown my mind. Listen, you're all superstars. Thank you for coming on. This is Andy from Man City Fan TV. Have a brilliant evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.